Hello, welcome to Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. Today we're going to do some preserving of some eggs. And right now, let's see, I had pushed start to begin the cooling vacuum chamber, which takes approximately 15 minutes before you load the trays. So I will be mixing up some eggs right here in this bowl and then pouring them in the trays. So I'll take you along and show you what that looks like, and then we are going to end up having powdered eggs to make some different dishes with. So join me and see how it all works out. All right, so here in my bowl, I've got 24 eggs. You will want to make sure that you have a napkin for anything that drizzles, and of course after I'm all finished I will clean the counters off and sanitize them. I'm going to mix these up really well like a scrambled egg. So essentially what the freeze dryer is for my family, it is another way of preserving food and putting it away. So sometimes in the winter my chickens don't lay eggs as much. And so being able to have powdered egg to preserve and store properly will give me that opportunity to be able to make things that that need eggs, like cakes, scrambled eggs, pasta, you know, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so I'm gonna get all the eggs broken up and mixed well. And my freeze dryer is still on the cooling down cycle, and I'll show you how that works when it's ready. Okay, so what I have done is I have pulled a tray slightly forward, and I'm going to pour the egg mixture into my tray slowly. Making sure that I fill it about halfway up. And you want to go slowly so it spreads evenly. And then you'll just gently close the tray and do the next one. So that's that, and you just keep doing eggs. And when I do batches in my freeze dryer, I try to make sure that I fill all the trays at once when I'm doing it, so that way I'm preserving in one shot. It'll take somewhere between 24 and 48 hours. So I will show you how to mix up the egg powder and make something with it. Can you believe that on all these 5 trays, that each tray consists of 14 to 16 mixed eggs to make powdered eggs? Wow, that's an incredible amount. So 14 to 16 eggs times 5 trays, that's a lot of eggs, right? Anywho, so that is all filled. I'm closing the lid. The door, sorry. And I closed the drain valve, and I'm going to push continue. And now it's doing its thing. And so I just wait. It'll have a little alarm that'll go off to let me know when it's finished. So let's go on to the next thing, and I'll show you how to mix up these powdered eggs. And again, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And I hope you leave a wonderful comment. I'd like to hear if you've done any freeze drying or tasted any freeze dried items. All right, so I told you that I was going to show you how to use the powdered egg that was in my freeze dryer. So if you use, let me get it so where you can see, if you use 2 tablespoons of powdered egg. Oops, and make a mess, that's okay. 1, 2, and 2 tablespoons of water. That consists of 1 egg. And then you're just gonna let that sit in there so that it can reconstitute for a little bit. And while that's sitting in here waiting to reconstitute, what I did is I cut a bell pepper and took the center out, and a tomato, took the center out, and we're gonna be cooking it in the pan. What I have is some shredded cheese that I'll add to it, and some pepper and garlic seasoning. And I'm I was gonna do a pinch of salt, but I don't think so because I've got the garlic seasoning. I think it'll be fine. So what I'm gonna do is, once this reconstitutes, and I'll just give it a miss. Isn't this the cutest little whisk? Whisk it around. So 2 tablespoons of powdered egg to 2 tablespoons of water. And it just takes a few minutes. It varies depending upon what you're reconstituting. And that consists of 1 egg. So I could use this for baking or scrambled eggs, you know, a variety of different dishes. Anyways, so there's that. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move you just a little bit more this way. And what I will do is I will put my bell pepper in my pan and my tomato, and I'm gonna turn my heat on to a medium temperature. And let's see if this egg mixture is ready. And I'm just gonna pour some in there. All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to sprinkle some garlic and pepper seasoning in there. Whatever seasoning you like for your taste, and a little bit of cheese. And it's coming out the bottom of that one, but that's all right. Because the tomato has, you know, it's moist, so it has that sticky effect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook these until the egg is cooked, and then I'm gonna turn them over and cook them again. I'm gonna add some more egg into this one here, and I'll bring you back. All right, so I've got the tomato and I'm turning it to cook both sides. Let's see if I can get this one flipped over. All right. So there's that dish, and I'll let it cook for a little bit to make sure I get all the eggs cooked, and then I'll put it on a plate. And how delicious is that? Egg, cheese, some pepper, garlic seasoning, and a tomato and a bell pepper. What a fun idea for a meal. So thank you so much for joining me. Oh, and don't forget to reseal your jars. And when you're gonna do that, you wanna make sure that the rim is clean of debris. All right, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day.